the market has become a bit desensitized to these kind of geopolitical events. We know there's a problem there, and we know it erupts from time to time, and we know that market participants always fade it at some point. So the fact that the market is not getting too worked up is also understandable because we were there in January as well. There was a lot of noise at that point in time, the THAAD missile emplacement, Korean presidential elections. But all of these are ultimately noise in the larger picture.
So it's noise in the larger picture, although the Kospi reacted differently, which was unusual, because normally the Kospi shrugs off this kind of saber rattling, but I think because it was an intercontinental ballistic missile, it was different. That made investors very nervous. From the Forex point of view, what you're more interested in really is central bank talk and what kind of tone is coming out. We're hearing a more hawkish tone. What are you expecting going forward, and how will this impact the euro and the dollar?
Sure. I think the two most important things to keep in mind is A, China is in good shape, right? Unlike what was happening in 2014 when Chinese economy was slowing down, China is in good condition. They yanked out one of their fastest quarterly growth in first quarter, and overall they seem to be on track to achieve this year's growth target. That's quite important, because when China is in good condition, then the rest of the world economy is also helped by that. And that's why when most of the developed markets central banks are now sounding a little bit more hawkish, it's very different from how things were back in 2013 or even in 2014. 2013 we had the taper tantrum, and 2014 we had a dollar rally when the Fed started hiking interest rates. So some context is different, and I think the most important thing here is that as the other central banks, Eurozone for example, Bank of Canada, the Bank of England, they start to join the Fed in tightening monetary policy, it effectively is making the US dollar weaker, because now US dollar no longer stands out as the currency of the only central bank that is tightening. So it's very different